Hello and welcome to the Redmen TV. I'm Chris Pajak, you know that by now, most of you, I'd guess. We're live on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter. I'll be looking at YouTube comments throughout the video, but there's only really one story here. There's me, and that's how I know I'm live. There's only really one story that I wanted to talk about in depth, and that's Lucas Leiva to Lazio for £5 million. Kind of just wanted to talk a little bit about it. It looks like the fee has been agreed now, according to Sky sources. Sky Sports have reported on it, as well as loads of other places now. Broke about 2 hours ago, probably, something like that. Doesn't look like he'll be playing against Wigan tonight. I'll be setting off there in around about 10 minutes after this show ends, I guess. I think for me, I think it was inevitable that Lucas was going to leave this season. I think last season he'd said that he stayed because Jurgen Klopp convinced him to stay and stuff, and he's talked in April, didn't he, about how he's going to analyse his options during the close season and stuff. And it's a bit of a shame for me. I mean, I love Lucas Leiva. I think he's been a stalwart of the club. I think he's been a great professional. He's been a great leader. He's a great person to have around. He's been a good player. And I think that's ultimately why he's going to be leaving. I think he could have been a great player for Liverpool had it not been for those 2 injuries. But, I look back on his time at Liverpool and remember him fondly. I think, me and Si were talking earlier on today, and Si rates him as one of his top players that he's seen because of the way that he's handled himself and the way that he's come back from those injuries. He's always given everything for the club, and I agree with that. I really do. I think he's always shown that he loves Liverpool. He's bought into the people, he's bought into the city, he's bought into the club. There's no doubt that he loves this football club. Now, for me personally, I think it just comes down to how good of a football player that he is. And look, I think he's a very good football player, and I think he's had a very good career at Liverpool, but he's not going to be one of those great players that we talk about. And I think, as I said earlier on, I think he really could have been. He's had some challenging times. There's not many players who've had more challenging 10-year periods at Liverpool. Most of the players that stay for this long are loved because they're so good, whereas Lucas hasn't been loved by the fans all that often during his career. He's had the ups and downs. He's probably had more ups and downs than any other Liverpool player that I can really remember over a 10-year period. But, for me, he goes with my well wishes. I'm sure he goes with the well wishes of everyone at Redmen TV. It's just mad, isn't it? I think one thing that I will say is that, with him going out, I expect the centre-back to be coming in very soon. I really do. I don't think that Klopp will be getting rid of one of his options at centre-back without making a decision on either Joe Gomez or making a decision on whether he thinks that somebody else is coming in over the next week or so. So, I expect to see Liverpool sign a centre-back is what I'm saying here today. I'm going to dive into the comments a little bit. Okay, Aaron Brazier, who is Chris Pajak? That is me. Ben Sutton, Virgil van Dijk. I'd love it to be Virgil van Dijk. And I've always thought we'd get Virgil van Dijk done this summer. LFC legend, unlucky Lucas. I'm going to miss you, Redmen TV channel. Respect, lads. Why, where are you going, mate? We're not going anywhere. Have we got any good ones, Si? Have you seen any, mate? If Lucas is allowed to leave, surely that means a replacement is there whenever President Trump... Yeah, it's kind of like what I was just saying, actually, wasn't it? It's that, either he's had a look at Gomez this pre-season and decided, yeah, he's about where we want him to be. He's going to be one of those 4 centre-backs, or he thinks that, there's somebody else coming in down the line. I think when you look at Dejan Lovren, who's probably going to be involved tonight, actually, and I don't think I put him in my side for tonight on the starting 11 prediction. When you look at Dejan Lovren, you look at Klavan, you look at Matip. Lucas was that 4th choice. Is Gomez going to be that 4th choice? Have we really got a strong enough centre-back pairing? I don't believe so. I think we still need someone to partner Matip. I think Lovren and Klavan are very good squad players. I think Joe Gomez, again, coming back off that injury, what do we think of him? I'm not so sure yet. Joe Rainbird, £1 super chat. Woo! Thank you very much, mate. We're going to go into Jack Hassett. You can't hate Lucas. Heart, heart, heart. Press Goku. Lucas will be missed. Patrick Wraith, how do I super chat? Hashtag Payjack News. I've no idea, Patrick. I'm not that. I've never done a super chat. Christian Pythas, Chris, what do you think will end up happening with Mamadou Sakho? I'm not sure. I know that Palace have signed someone recently, haven't they? And I think that Liverpool have a strong stance on Mamadou Sakho. I think they want to make sure that they recoup as much of that 30 million as they've been asking for as possible. I still expect him to go this summer. He's a good footballer, he's a good centre back, but I can't see that he's gonna ever be given the chance at Liverpool. And that I think something will come out more than what we know about the tour last season around Mamadou Sakho, maybe when he does leave. Saying, is Graham Kelly reliable, saying deal is close? I'm sure that's probably talking about the Keita stuff. Graham Kelly is, I would say, he's a mate of mine. He's been on the show a few times. I'd say he knows what he's talking about. These things are fluid. These things move. So, you know, I'm not 100%, and I've not seen what Graham's saying. Chris, Salah can play tonight. Your thought? Oh, you excited? Of course I'm excited. I want to see Salah. I want to see Speedy Gon Salah run down the wing for Liverpool and score a goal. That's what I want to see tonight. Everyone just wants to talk about Naby Keita at the moment. So... right, okay, he's going to miss Lucas, not Redmen TV. Okay, that makes sense. LFC legend, unlucky Lucas. That makes perfect sense. I'm going to go and quickly just have a little look at what Graham Kelly's been saying on Twitter, because I've got my phone in my hand and I can do that. Graham Kelly 1. Let's have a look. He's got a new profile pic. I did retweet that before. It is Naby Keita in a Liverpool kit. It's obviously a Photoshop thing, but... yeah, I mean, let's have a look at his tweets and replies a little bit here. Right. Okay. Nah, he's not done anything since that profile pic. So I couldn't comment on what Graham Kelly said or hasn't said, but I find it really interesting. I am really excited for the next week. I think that... excuse me, we could get a couple of signings in. I'm disappointed that Lucas is going, but I think, you know, where he fits into our squad and the service that he's given us is fantastic. So I am happy for him to go, and if he wants to prove himself in another league and thinks that he can still contribute on the pitch and not just off it in terms of the squad and training and everything else that he's been, like the captain's job that he's kind of been doing off the field, I'm excited to see what Lucas can do at Lazio. I think it'll be telling where he plays. Actually, it's quite interesting. Is he going to be playing in his midfield role that I think relishes, or is he going to be a centre back now? I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back in to centre midfield. I'm going to shoot back into the comments quickly just before we go.
One interesting comment was, who's our longest serving player
now?
Yeah.
I don't know. Does anybody know? Anybody know our longest serving players? Bradley Phillips, super chat. Woo! Can anyone in the comments text me? Oh, Joe Rainbird again, £2, pay Jack Nudes, hashtag tips for tips. It should be nips for tips, I think, mate. Woo! Who is our longest serving player?
Is it Henderson?
Oh, wow, it might be, mightn't it? So we've got Henderson. I can't think of anyone that's been there longer than Hendo, to be honest. That's mad, isn't it? That's crazy. Is that like 2012, was it we signed Henderson?
Yeah.
Wow. That's mad, isn't it? You and McTaggart, £2. Mirror Report and Van Dijk talks back on with Southampton. Interesting stuff, isn't it? I mean, you know, I'm not gonna say it. I am totally gonna say it. I've been saying this all summer. I've been saying stop losing your shit over these transfers when they haven't moved, when they definitively haven't come to Liverpool. I think we'll see now, won't we, between now and the end of the window. Jerry Adams, £1 super chat. Woo! Thank you very much, Jerry. Milesy 20, Flano. Yeah, of course it's going to be Flano, isn't it? It's Flano, not Hendo. Flano, T96, Kennedy says. Daz Machado, good luck, Lucas. Flano for left back, hashtag payjack nudes. Woo! These woos. Paul started something here, hasn't he? Like, it's mental. Aussie Orc, fuck Flano. Well, hang on a minute. He's our longest serving player, if that is correct, anyway. A Redmen TV going to Bilbao match in Dublin. No, Bogeyman, we're not going to the Bilbao match in Dublin. Gio the Scouser, Chris, do you think Liverpool will do better than their point tally last season? Yes. I think we're going to get 87 points this year. We did a subscriber show on the redmedtv.com. £2 a month. We've got loads of content on that. In fact, we've got a Klopp interview on there that's quite cool. Very cool, from the Tranmere game. So now's a good time to join. It's £2 a month, free for the first month. We've got big changes for the website coming as well. You'll be able to download all the shows as podcasts soon and play them from your pocket with your phone muted like a real podcast business. Amazing, isn't it? And, you know, for the subscribers there, you're not draining your data allowance as well, because there'll be tiny things. So there we go.
Are you going to the Wigan match?
Yeah, we're going to the Wigan match. We're about to leave. Just literally, as soon as this is finished, we're going to the Wigan match. Sacco and 40 mil for Van Dijk, a good deal, says Adrian Kuick. I think so. I'd love a little bit of that. I can't imagine that it's going to be that easy, to be honest. And the reason that you don't see a lot of swap deals happening in football is because the agents' fees. The agents want, I mean, you and me will think, oh, well, he's 70 million, Saka's a 30 million pound player, 40 million, blah, blah, blah. The agents want to get their fees out of it, and they're massively reduced when player exchanges happen, and that's why you don't see as many player exchanges as you might think. So there you go. Okay, well, Patrick Raiters, thanks for the shout out. Patrick Raiters, Chris, thanks for the shout out. Chris, I suppose. There you go. Oh, hang on, one more about Pajak Nudes. Do Rav Raval, Pajak, your nudes will be disgusting, more disgusting than Liverpool re-signing Mario Balotelli, hashtag Pajak Nudes. I know. I totally know, and I feel for my wife. I'm so sorry, Kat. I love you dearly. You have to see this naked all the time. I'm sorry. I'll look after myself. I'll get fitter. I'll get better just for you, darling. Love you. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. Once again, I'm going to go and watch the Reds play footy against Wigan, in Wigan. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. Like the video, of course. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and just go on there and show your support for the Red Ben TV by signing up to the website and giving us £2 a month. Go ahead. Nice one. Cheers.